Hi, everyone, and welcome to episode 7 of Channeling Hallmark, the podcast where we talk about all the things that make us feel warm and cozy, like you do when you're reading a good book in bed. I'm your host, Dylan Cashbaugh.
And I'm your other host, Keetin Markey.
This week is a special episode. We're doing things a bit different than usual today, in preparation for what most people consider the biggest U.S. sporting event of the year, the Superb Owl.
Dylan, I think you mispronounced that. Try again.
That's okay, yes. The Super Bowl, we are reviewing 2 football movies and pitting them head to head. But not just any football movies. Holiday Touchdown, A Chief's Love Story, and Christmas in the Spotlight. 2 movies that are heavily inspired by the love story of a musical artist whose name they can't use for legal reasons, and a football player whose name they can't use for legal reasons. Here on Channeling Hallmark, though, we don't pay too much attention to legal guidance, so we're going to talk about Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce. But there's only one problem with that. Keetin, I don't really know anything about football. Do you?
I don't, but I know a lot about Taylor Swift. So I think we need to bring in a football expert.
That's a good idea. We are going to bring in a football expert and the other half to his love story to not only be our interview guests, but also to talk about these movies all in one big segment to decide which movie is worthy of the prestigious and also brand new Channeling Hallmark Marshmallow Trophy.
Dun, dun, dun. I don't know what the Super Bowl thing is. Is it like...
I think it has a song. I don't know
Doesn't
what it is,
it have
though.
a theme song?
Yeah, probably.
Dun, 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 dun.
Just imagine that Super Bowl theme song playing right now.
Dun, 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 dun. What is it?
All right, that's enough of that.
Okay.
Before we get to that, let's talk tea. Keetin, what are we drinking today?
Well, today we're actually drinking a Hallmark Channel Countdown to Christmas themed tea from the Republic of Tea. It's called Gingerbread Cookie, and it actually tastes just like gingerbread cookies. But the great thing about this is there's no caffeine in it. Okay, so this one is very good. It kind of reminds me of the delicious Republic of Tea that we had that was the Downton Abbey one with the vanilla notes. But there is that ginger kick in here, and I love a ginger. And it's not too sweet. It's kind of a lovely this could be a dessert on its own, at night, and could just kind of nicely drift off to sleep after you have a nice warm cup of tea. And it's probably less calories than gingerbread cookies, too. Yeah. Win-win.
Keetin, do you have any hot cocoa for us this week?
I do. So this week, we started a new adventure together. We became foster parents to 2 very good boys. Their names are Archie and Oscar, thanks to Westside German Shepherd Rescue. When the fires happened here in LA, we tried to volunteer to foster amongst a lot of different rescue organizations, and they were the ones to first reach out to us. And we finally got our boys this week, and they're a lot, but they're such good boys, and I feel so honored to be a part of their journey to find forever homes. If you are interested in potentially adopting Oscar or Archie or any other puppies or dogs through the Westside German Shepherd, Dylan, where can they find that?
They can either look in the show notes or they can just go to sheprescue.org. Pretty simple.
Yeah, check out our little boys. If you follow us on social media, we're posting a lot of videos of them because what better way to feel warm and cozy inside than to watch videos of cute puppies playing. They have taken significant sleep away from us, but we forgive them because they're that cute.
I'm so tired. So tired.
Okay. And our girls are also, they have mixed emotions about it, but they're doing very well. They're very good examples for the boys.
They are. It's honestly, I think the thing that feels the most like hot cocoa about this experience to me might be seeing our dog, Bindi, just really going into mom mode and really guiding them and nurturing them and being so good with them.
She's so good. She's so good. And Bindi was also a rescue. So we're big advocates, adopt, don't shop. There's a rescue for any breed you might think you need or want. There is a rescue organization who can help pair you with the perfect dog. So let's help clear these shelters.
Yeah.
Dylan, what's your hot cocoa this week?
Well, I had a fun start to my week because on Sunday, I spent 10 hours playing a board game.
You're so cool.
I'm so cool. But I met up with some friends, hosted by the wonderful David and Lizzie and Aurora, to play Twilight Imperium. And if anyone knows what that is, then you are a cool person. Because Twilight Imperium is a board game that generally takes minimum 10 hours to play and is all about galactic conquest. It's such a fun board game, and it made me feel so warm and cozy. But I also just want to take a moment to talk about board games in general, because I think one of my favorite things that you and I, Keetin, do is when we just sit around playing a board game like Splendor or Wingspan or Carcassonne. I love those board game nights when we just don't even turn the TV on, put our phones away, just hang out with each other and play a board game. So,
and I kick your butt.
You do. Keetin kind of always wins, but you know what? It's still fun.
It's all about the journey. I will say this, while Dylan was spending 10 hours playing a board game on a rainy Sunday, I was left home alone with all 4 dogs and taking care of 2 3-month-old German Shepherd puppies along with your 2 dogs when it's pouring down rain and you really can't play in the backyard or go on walks is a adventure. I hope you enjoyed your board game.
You know, I did, but I bet your day would have been even better if you had some gingerbread tea.
You're not wrong.
Let's put on our sports hats. Put on your cleats. Whatever it is you wear. Maybe paint your chest. You know, get ready for some football.
Nope,
no,
that's the X-Men.
That's X-Men. Also, can we just talk about X-Men instead? Actually, I'm in for that.
Oh my gosh. Is that where I went? I was thinking that was Sports Center, but it was X-Men. I don't do sports. We should bring in the experts.
Today, we are joined by Scooter and Shayne Magruder to help bring some football knowledge to our Super Bowl-themed episode. Though many people may know Scooter for his football content on social media, Keetin met Scooter before YouTube or Instagram even existed in 2003 on a reality TV show called Endurance. So, Scooter, can you tell us what exactly Endurance was and what kind of bad blood you have with Keetin?
All right. I've been waiting for this my entire life. The reason I know Keetin is because when I was 14 years old, my mom suggested that I go try out for this reality show at Universal. They were having auditions, and I said, why not? Let's do it. I get a call back. I make a video. Next thing you know, I'm in Mexico on a show, and Keetin is there. Think of it like a Survivor, but for kids. I'm not going to tell you what happens. All I will say is that it ended in destruction.
If you go on YouTube, you can watch the full season, and we won't spoil it for you, but shout out to everybody who was on that season because we made some good friends. There are some really fun people that were on that season.
I will say this. We both made it further than Glenn Powell. So
yes, we did. Hey, we made it further than the Top Gun guy.
Get lit, Glenn. We love you, but still get lit. And second, for me, I don't know if this is the case for you, but this was a huge catalytic moment in my life going on this show, because then from this show, I dove further into video production, really. I got to see the behind the scenes. I got to see the cameraman, the cue card, the lady with the umbrella holding it for JD. And so it was like fascinating getting a peek into this television world. And because of that, that is why I'm so deep into video making today, because of that experience on Endurance. I forgive you, Keith.
Thank you. I'm really glad that I'm going to be able to sleep for the first time in 22 years, Scooter. So thank you. I really, really appreciate it. I do have to ask your beautiful wife there, how long into your dating did this come out?
Not long. I'm saying maybe a month. It actually comes up quite often with people that we meet too. It's like, oh, by the way, I was on a reality show when I was 14 years old.
Hold on. I feel like I'm getting slandered here. I feel like it's not that
slander, but it's true. It's like your
That's
origin
true.
story. It's
That's
part
fair.
of the Scooter Magruder lore.
Like when people ask me, how did you get started? I always revert back to Endurance as the thing that launched me on this pathway.
I would completely agree with that. Yeah.
I had a great time. It was actually really fun.
It was fun. I know, Scooter, you said that's kind of the catalyst that kept you going into film and TV. But what kind of drove you to mainly focusing on sports and kind of creating this amazing sports comedy and, content channel, and then kind of bridge that gap between YouTube to the other social media platforms?
Absolutely. So for me, I had been doing comedy before and it had been doing pretty well. But I don't know if you remember, there was a phase during YouTube where people were all making this style of content called Stuff Blank Says videos. Back in the day, it was like right when the Harlem Shake stuff was happening, and no one was doing sports teams though. So I was like, I'll do a sports team. So I do Stuff Magic Fans Say. Boom. Comes out. I'm riding the wave. I'm on local TV. They run the video, put it in the Orlando Sentinel. I'm blowing up. This is the first time I'm blowing up. I'm like, oh my gosh. Well, I went to the University of Florida. Go Gators. So naturally, it's Stuff Gator Fans Say right after. And it goes. It goes. People are sharing it. Oh my gosh, go Gators. Have you seen this guy? He's so funny. Okay. So then the Knowles, our enemy, comes out with Stuff Knowles Fans Say, and it is garbage. Like FSU fans don't even like it. They're like, why would you make this? You're making us look bad. So what do? I decide to drive to Tallahassee and I put on FSU gear and I make Stuff Knowles Fans Say how it should have been done in the first place.
You infiltrated the enemy.
I put it out and they're loving it. They're like, oh my gosh, this is so good. A Gator had to make your video. And long story short, that's all I've been doing. And I've just been calling it different names until this point, literally right now, till I'm talking to you right now. And for whatever reason, people still like it.
I love that. Well, Shayne, was that something that kind of brought you to Scooter, or what's kind of your love story?
Yeah, I followed this Stuff Blank Fans Say guy on Facebook, Instagram, all the things. I was like, this guy's funny. He came and spoke to one of my classes at UF. I also went to UF. Go Gators.
Go Gators.
I'm like, oh, I know this guy from Facebook or YouTube, whatever. Oh, how many months later? A year later or something, I get a DM from him on Instagram. Like, oh my gosh, Scooter Magruder just DM'd me. He just slid in my DMs, and now we're married. So, modern day Hallmark love story.
Hey, I see it. It is truly.
Great segue. Ooh.
Before we dive into things too much, on the topic of Hallmark movies, are you guys fans of Hallmark movies? Is that something you watch regularly? Have you ever watched a Hallmark movie?
Absolutely not, Dylan. I'm actually upset with you that you made me watch these two Hallmark movies. I was literally just watching with my arms crossed. Like I told Shayne, I was like, look, we're not going on any more podcasts after this. This is it. This is the last one. This ain't no way. They got me watching these goofy movies like this. This is crazy.
And I would say we have never watched a normal, like, romantic movie, romantic
Oh yeah,
comedy.
we
Never. I mean, this was like him stepping into a new life watching a Hallmark movie. I was like, you don't even know what's about to happen.
This was for you, Keetin.
Wait, okay. Shayne, are you a big football fan and sports fan as well?
Yeah, that's kind of how, like, the main thing that we click on, I would say, is sports.
Are we Taylor Swift fans?
No. We are the opposite of Taylor Swift. We are the opposite of Travis Kelce fans.
Wow, you guys really, really took one for the team. So I can't wait to dive into this because I feel like a lot of feelings are going to come out.
If the Chiefs just beat the Bills, we were rooting for the Bills. Now we're just sad. We're
on the dark timeline.
Yeah,
We're on the dark timeline right now.
It's been a rough start to 2025.
We're all excited then to dive into this. Keetin, can you give us your best sportscaster voice and tell us about what we're about to do?
That's a lot of pressure when I don't have those fun like microphone headsets that Scooter and Shayne have. But here we go. Christmas in the Spotlight is a Lifetime football-themed rom-com released in November of 2024 about a pop star and a football star dating at Christmas. Holiday Touchdown, a Chiefs love story, is a Hallmark football-themed rom-com released in November of 2024 about a superfan and a Chiefs employee dating at Christmas. Both of these movies made headlines when they were released because they came out only a week apart and were inspired by the Taylor Swift-Travis Kelce love story that became a public sensation. On today's podcast, we'll be pitting these movies head-to-head in 10 different categories to determine which movie will be awarded Channeling Hallmark's first ever Marshmallow Trophy. Are you ready for it? Let's break them down, Dylan.
All right, the first topic that I am very excited to hear about from you guys is football realism. Which of these two movies felt like it most accurately depicted the football?
This might be the hardest question I've ever had.
So I don't know the names of the movies. I've sort of blotted that out of my memory, but I know like the plot of each and what happens. So as far as football realism goes, it's the one with the Kansas City Chiefs fans. Wow. It is not the other one. In fact, we actually made a point. Shane talked to me and she's like, did you see the Jumbotron that showed them running? It looked like a bad Madden simulation.
We've said the same thing.
It was terrible. I was like, what is this? So as far as realism goes, we're going to give that to the Kansas City Chiefs. What's the name of that movie?
Holiday Touchdown.
Sorry,
full title: Holiday Touchdown: a Chiefs love story.
Okay, so
we've been calling it the Hat one.
Fair, very fair.
You know what? From henceforward, it will be known as the Hat one.
Okay,
so
well,
Hat one takes the realism.
The only way it's more realistic is because there's no football included in the movie whatsoever.
But they do have the actual players.
That's
and
true.
They got the cameo from Andy Reid. So realism.
So
Hat movie.
I actually have a strong feeling about this because when I first watched these, my first reaction was, oh, that guy looks like a football player. The lead in Christmas in the Spotlight, Leith Walschlager is his name. Wow. Apparently, he actually did play football in college and even did a little bit of preseason football with the Arizona Cardinals. So at first I was like, oh, that's got to be the one that gets it. But then something happened today, right before recording this, that made me change my mind. And that is that Holiday Touchdown actually was true to reality because they wore the hat at Christmas and they said that the Chiefs will go to the Super Bowl if they do that. And what happened tonight? The Chiefs are going to the Super Bowl.
And
it's
that they
real.
will also be playing the Eagles. And the Eagles are also going. So this movie that came out in November of last year correctly predicted that the Eagles and the Chiefs were going to be going to the Super Bowl in 2025. And to me, that is wild.
Ew, I have chills.
Who directed this? Because we need to find them. This is their fault.
Yeah. Was it like Nostradamus that directed this movie and predicted this? I don't know.
That is very.
And can they make a sequel for the Dallas Cowboys? That's the real question we should be asking here.
So we're starting that campaign today. Hashtag Dallas Cowboys Hallmark movie.
Yeah.
There we go.
Yes. What the heck?
With the Dallas Cowboys cheerleader, I mean, we could have a cheerleader love story or like, yeah, I could absolutely see it.
So many avenues. So many ways.
I see it.
I feel like this is just the first of many NFL collaborations with Hallmark. You know, I feel like the Chiefs broke the glass ceiling, and now we're going to hopefully maybe every year get a new Hallmark-themed football movie.
Love it.
Now, when you say hopefully, what does that word mean to you?
Well, if I can get my friend Scooter to watch more Hallmark movies and force him to talk to us on our podcast, then, you know...
that's a win.
Let's bring him on, buddy.
We're cooked. We're absolutely cooked.
One more thing. The fact that they said that one guy in the other one, not the hat one, but the pop star one, the hat one, we'll say the pop star one. The brother who played the star quarterback was such a tiny dude. I was like, there is no way in any realm of possibility that guy could be a quarterback in the NFL, let alone a star quarterback.
I mean, Russell Wilson exists. He could have been a Kyler Murray type of quarterback.
Okay.
Wow.
You're being nice.
That is true. But yeah,
He was very small.
Like even when they like measured his bicep, they had to
That
take
was
the
crazy.
angle from behind
Oh,
him
yeah.
so they didn't even
We have
see
to
it.
talk about that part of the movie.
That
That
was
was
crazy.
the weirdest part of the movie. We both paused it, staring at each other, when the assistant asked, "Can I touch it?" referring to the quarterback's bicep.
Could have gone so many directions.
Why
with
was that ever in the movie?
Honestly, I'm just impressed that you guys actually kept watching after that scene. So thank you for bearing through the rest of it.
We had to see what happened, obviously.
Yeah, they suck you in. That's what these movies do. What's our next category, sir?
So the next category, very excited to hear your thoughts on this. Which leading lady channeled Taylor Swift more?
We were saying that pop star reminds us more of Brittany Mahomes than of Taylor Swift. They look very similar.
Yes.
The number of Taylor Swift song references they said in lines. Shane, you're like, I'm not even a Taylor Swift, and I recognized it. It was outrageous. I should have counted.
Oh yeah.
But I'll just say the singer, just because she was a singer and the other girl was not a singer. So she just kind of wins by default.
100%. I agree. Pop star wins.
Pop star wins that one.
Keetin, what do you think?
I feel like I'm about to get outvoted, but because I felt like that singer girl, whoever the actress they had play her, just did not, to me, embody the type of singer Taylor Swift is. She was much more like a Dua Lipa, or like she had like this like sexiness to her, and like not like the quirkiness that Taylor Swift has to her, that I felt like really took
Are
me
you
out of
calling
it.
Taylor Swift not sexy? That's what I'm hearing. Here.
Okay, no, okay,
Wow.
okay.
They're
Then fighting
gonna
words.
come for you. The Swifties will come for you.
I will. Taylor Swift is very sexy. I will just say she leads with her quirkiness and authenticity more than her sexiness, and I did not feel that same thing from this actress. Even like the role that she was playing felt like it was very sexual. Every time she like got on a FaceTime, it was like boobs. I was like, whoa, like that's really not like Taylor's vibe. So to me, it was, even though she wasn't playing a pop star, the girl in the other movie was more like sweet and quirky and kind of the awkwardness that Taylor Swift is.
They were pushing the pop star stereotype way too far in this movie. It was like, how pop star can we get for a pop star? And they nailed it, but they did not nail Taylor Swift. I agree.
Cool. Dylan, you might be the tiebreaker in this.
I mean,
it's fine if you don't agree with me.
No,
it's fine. If you think sexy Taylor Swift was the better Taylor Swift, it's fine. Like, I'll let it go. I'll let you guys take it.
you know, maybe her personality was different, but I also don't know Taylor Swift's personality. So I just have to go with the one that's a little more clearly
That's fine.
based on Taylor Swift.
It's fine.
I think that is important. Keetin, are you a Swiftie?
Yes, I am a Swiftie, Shane. And
So maybe all of our answers just cancel out because we're not Swifties.
Yeah, yours might
But-
count for 5 points
Yeah.
versus ours.
Oh, that's fair.
I mean, I will take it. I spent way too much money that my husband will never know the amount to go see the Eras tour twice, but
You know her. We don't.
I don't know. Just make it a tie.
Okay.
If we need a tiebreaker, we'll go back to it.
I like that.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. This is the first time we're doing this. We're figuring out the Showdown, the movie Showdown.
All right. Similarly, which leading man channeled Travis Kelce more?
Okay, this is a clear-cut answer for me.
Me too.
I'm going with the hat guy, fan engagement all the way. Because this other dude, we both agree, he was playing Gronk.
Yes,
he was playing
he was!
Rob Gronkowski.
He was
Yes!
the wrong tight
I
end.
couldn't remember the guy's name, but I was like, that is a different football player.
Yes. Listen, Rob Gronkowski is out there. He's over the top. He's like, oh,
The
right?
dancing.
Kelsey is more smooth, suave,
Yes.
right? Half the time I didn't even know what this dude was saying. He was talking like this, and it's just like, that's just how I do it. Fan engagement. I might be a fan. I might not. I might work for the Chiefs. I might not work for the Chiefs. But yeah, he was way more game. This man had way more game as the fan engagement director than whatever this faux tight end dude was doing. He was goofy.
I could not have said it better myself.
That's fair. Dylan?
I would agree with that. I think not that I know Travis Kelce personally, but I think Tyler Hines as Derek Taylor probably did have a little more Kelceism to him.
Until you reminded me that the other guy was actually playing Gronk, Gronk. That's right, Gronk. Until you reminded me that that's actually who he was playing, I was going to give it to the pop star one because I just felt like he was one of the better parts of that movie because he had a lot of scenes with the cute, like, the little niece. But yes, I think you were all correct, and I will agree. Our guy in the hat one, he is definitely channeling Travis Kelce more.
So Holiday Touchdown wins another category. Next category, though. I know one movie had a lot more steaminess to it, so we'll see if that one wins. Which movie had better chemistry between the two leads?
This is so easy. There was puzzle porn in the pop star movie. They won. They won that. There's no, if anyone says anything different, your opinion is incorrect. There was zero chemistry in the Hat movie.
How are you gonna run a puzzle piece seductively across someone's skin? I have never in my lifetime seen that before. That was wild.
And that was his introduction to Hallmark movies.
Can you imagine reading that script? Is it character runs a puzzle piece alongside character's arm to seduce them? Like what did it say in the script? That's what I want to know.
I will track down the script for you, Scooter, and I will try to send it to you.
He's loving this movie so much that he wants to read the script. This is a true fan here.
We've really converted Scooter Magruder.
Listen, if you can hear my voice right now, send help immediately. Immediately.
I have a new favorite phrase called puzzle porn. So thank you for that, Shane. My biggest issue with the chemistry of the Hat one was that he looked like he was 40 and she looked like she was 22. Like, you know what? It's fine. Age gaps, whatever. But he looked so much older than her. It made me feel very, very uncomfortable.
Well, we have to pause you there.
Uh-oh.
Because we do have an age gap between us. We got a 10-year age gap here.
Okay.
We got a decade.
That's fine, though. They look like they had 20 years.
I think we're missing the bigger problem here. It wasn't even the age. How is this man gonna get with someone in the line of his work? Like, he was literally, how you not get fired for this? This is sexual harassment. They literally said, go interview this person, and all of a sudden you're kissing her in the stadium? What is going on here? You're going to jail. What are we talking about?
I'm so glad you brought that up because, yes, major ethical concerns about this guy. I mean, you're basically in charge of the competition that she is competing in, and you're just dating her the whole time. And then the kiss at the 50-yard line at the end.
That was crazy.
Like, I feel like I've said this phrase about multiple movies we reviewed at this point, but that is an HR violation. I am concerned.
So chemistry goes to puzzle porn, the pop star one.
That would be Christmas in the Spotlight.
What's our next category, Dylan?
All right, our next category is story. Which movie had a more compelling story for you guys?
You know, for me, I gotta go with the Hat movie. For me personally, it flowed. You know, I didn't know what was going to happen, especially at the end. I was like, oh, it came with a twist after a twist after a twist after a twist. I was like, what is going on here? Then there was a Santa Claus that appeared, and it was the old Santa Claus though, right? And so story, look, they got the twists in this Hat movie. This other movie was really cut and dry, right? You saw everything that was happening. You saw it. You knew what was going to happen. Towards the end of this Hat movie, I didn't know what was going to happen. What about you? Where are you going with
I
that?
don't know. This one might be a toss-up for me because we had puzzle porn in one of them, not featured in any movie I've ever seen before.
That's fair.
And I like a little spice in the rom-com. I think the other one might have been too dry. I might go puzzle pop star.
Spice is the variety of life.
I'm going to agree with Shane on this one. Even though that final scene in the Hat one where Santa reveals the magic of Christmas and gave the hat back to them, I did tear up a little bit. But I would agree. I think puzzle porn and the pop star one, it was that more traditional rom-com, and I liked it. Well, I liked it. Yeah, I think I liked it better because I wanted them to end up together, where the other two, I was like, there's a problem with this relationship and you need to run. You need to get a restraining order and run. Dylan?
But if you look past the ethical concerns and the potential age gap, I feel like Holiday Touchdown, a Chiefs love story, totally was the more fun watch. Like, yeah, I was with you there, Scooter. Up and down all over the place, not knowing what's going to happen next. Big grand finale at the stadium, and suddenly Jenna Bush is there too. You know, so much drama. I was all in on the Hat movie. So I think we're 2-2 here. I think this is a tie.
That's a tie.
That's a push. That's a
Can
push
we
right
also
there.
cover the fact that at one point he said, I was just at a work event and I happened upon your house? That is a very weird part of the movie that you left out when I fell asleep and you started to recall what happened, and I had to go back and watch for myself because I also fell asleep.
Wait, Shane, did both of us fall asleep?
Yes. Yeah. So I have watched that movie twice now.
Me too.
And he did. That's the part of the movie that you left out to me. He said, I was at a work event and I just went for a walk.
See, but remember, because he was in charge of the competition, he probably had her home address already, so he knew exactly what he was doing.
Oh, he had a whole file on their entire family. Like,
Why was his voice that quiet? I feel like this man was talking with a rasp the whole movie.
he looked like a villain. I like literally as soon as he came on the screen, I was like, this is not a leading man. This is the villain. Like,
Wait a minute. This leads us into our next category, though, which is acting.
oh,
What movie had acting that worked better for you? And that can include how raspy the actor's voice was.
It's unbelievably difficult.
Mm.
Oh gosh.
I've never wished we recorded the videos of these more than seeing
Right.
all these reactions from Scooter's face. Like,
I will say the monotoneity of the grandpa in the Kansas City Hat movie was crazy. This man was like, "Hey, what's going on? Oh, okay, good.
You lost the hat? Me too.
That's okay. It'll turn up. The hat'll turn up." I'm like, is this man just stating facts, or this was crazy? I don't know. This is the push for me. I'm gonna say they are both equally not that good.
my opinion on this, I thought the acting was better in the pop star one because I thought that little girl was adorable who was in it, and I thought she kind of stole the show. I also was impressed, even though they weren't incredible dance numbers or incredible songs, some of them were like, they're a little boppy, and like she's having to dance as well as sing. She had to fake play the guitar really well. So, I don't know. I kind of want to give the acting award to the Lifetime one to the pop star one.
I think I'm gonna agree with you. I'm going pop star.
Let's do it.
And now that I think about it, every side character in the Hat movie was horrible. They might have been the worst acting I've ever experienced in my life. While the pop star, Gronk did a good job being Gronk.
Yeah.
That wasn't bad acting. He was just playing the wrong person. He got the wrong script.
Or maybe he was playing the right person, and they just
Maybe,
after
yeah.
the fact said, "Let's make this about."
Maybe the movie is really about Gronk and Camille Kostick.
Yep, that's
Oh.
probably what it could be. And they're like, no, we got to change it because they just won a Super Bowl, and now they're about to go back, so we got to change it. So
Pop star.
Pop star. Dylan?
I mean, as great as Donna Kelsey's acting was, I think I probably agree with you that Christmas in the Spotlight should take this.
I think Andy Reid did a pretty good job too.
hey guys,
We got a game to play.
we kind of need the field right now.
There are so many like little moments in that movie though that are not good acting, but were funny that, it almost made it more enjoyable because of the acting was bad.
The number of times Dylan and I were like, do we think that's a cameo from a player? Do we think that's a player? Is that a player? Oh, that's definitely the coach. And I was like, I know that's Mama. Is that a player? Like we had no idea. We probably missed half the cameos just because we don't know football. And we had no idea. We're like, that guy looks like he played football. He's probably a cameo.
Even as someone who watches sports, we
Yeah,
didn't
some
know a
of us,
lot
we
of the
didn't know
people.
because these are AFC players. I'm more
Mm.
attuned to NFC players, right? I'm not really watching the Chiefs ever.
Mm.
I'm watching more Eagles, Commanders, Giants players, Cowboys players. So, I mean, in football too, that's the problem. You don't see a lot of the players with their helmet off.
Mm.
So that is something they always are trying to work better at. Well, yeah.
Unless they're dating pop stars. What's our next category, Dylan?
All right, next up, which movie had better music?
Well, I'm gonna go with the pop star movie just because they did have, like Keaton was saying, they had some bangers. Like they're like shine, shine. What? It was a banger. I can't even hold it. It was a banger. And then I just feel like the other one was more just like all Christmas themed, like faux Disney. You're walking around, Santa appears. It's like just weird
I
music.
wish
I'm giving it to the pop
I
star.
wish the people could see the moves you're doing
I
right now
don't.
because it
I
really
don't.
would add to it. But I think I could not name a single song or recall a single song from the Hat movie. So I'm going pop star. I think the guitar part at the end was cute. I think it's easily pop star for me.
I agree. There were a lot of bops. There were a lot of bops in the pop star one. But one of the songs in the Chiefs one, the Hat one, was sung by my boss, Jennifer Hudson. So
Really?
because of that, I will have to side with a holiday touchdown, a Chiefs love story. Did I get that right?
Yes, you did.
Yes.
Nailed it.
There was one song. It was when they were going to the toy drive, and all of a sudden it's all quiet, and then all of a sudden it's like let there be joy. I can't even. Nope. We're gonna edit that out because I cannot do Jennifer Hudson. That's fine.
Shout out to Jennifer Hudson. We love you.
We do love Jen. But yeah, by default, I have to go with my boss lady, Jen, and the holiday touchdown, a Chiefs love story.
I mean, I get that she's your boss, but also we enjoy Jennifer Hudson's Christmas music so much that we went to see a Jennifer Hudson Christmas concert. It was great.
Yeah.
And I do enjoy that song a lot. But that being said,
You like the
I
Shine
actually
song.
kind of liked the Christmas in the Spotlight music better. Look, I shouldn't say better. Maybe it's because we watch these after Christmas, but I just was enjoying those bops. Not just Shine, but, the ballad at the end. There was some other song at the beginning that I think was a different song than Shine. Maybe it was Shine again. I don't know. But
it was like an angry Christmas song.
Yeah, I was like tapping I was getting into the music in Christmas in a Spotlight. Yeah. So I'm gonna agree with that, which does make that category also go to Christmas in the Spotlight.
Wow. So how many categories have we done? Give us the breakdown where we're at. Are we at halftime yet?
We're past halftime.
Oh,
We're 7 categories in. I'm sorry.
You come on, buddy.
I don't know. Halftime quarters. Yeah. We're at 7 categories. And so far, Holiday Touchdown has only won 2 categories. Christmas in the Spotlight has won 3 categories and 2 have tied. So right now, Christmas in the Spotlight, the pop star movie, is in the lead. Wow. But our next category might change that because it is what we're calling sideline characters. The supporting cast, all the non-leading performers. What movie had better sideline characters?
I think you got to give this to the Chiefs, the Hat movie. Think about it. You got monotone grandpa. You got the Kelsey's mom. You got cameos from multiple players. What are you going with, Shane?
You don't have to convince me. I'm with you. The movie would not be a movie without the supporting cast of that movie.
Yeah, I liked the whole family. Like the family unit was great in the Kansas City. That to me gives it that Hallmark feel, right? Whereas this other movie, I don't know. I'm not sure. It could have been on any channel. I'm not so sure that it has that Hallmark feel. You know what I'm saying?
Let us know how many Hallmark feels
that's
you've
neither
experienced.
here nor there. But from an outside perspective, what I would think would be that Hallmark feel is that family bonding unit, right? You got the family unit with everyone. Hat movie for me.
And Shane, you're on the same page?
I'm on the same. There was a guy, I could barely understand him. There was a monotone guy. There was Santa Claus. Donna Kelsey, Andy Reid popped in there. There were so many people.
Trent Green, former quarterback for the Chiefs, just randomly.
They had a nice budget.
Throwing at the carnival. Like, what are you doing here, Trent Green?
And they probably all still live in Kansas, so because they filmed it in Kansas City, so they're like, "Who still lives here? Let's put the casting call out."
I was wondering where they filmed a lot of the movie actually, because I was like, "Is this actually in the stadium?" I wonder how much of it was actually. Because a lot of it looked like CGI.
I don't know. They said that they filmed a lot of it at the stadium, but I bet you it's a combination.
Yeah,
Because they
yeah.
probably only had or if they had to do reshoots or something. Dylan?
I would totally agree that the side characters in Holiday Touchdown, A Chief's Love Story, were way better. I just didn't really care about any of the side characters in the other one. I didn't think most of them were really enjoyable on screen, to
How
be
dare
honest.
you speak about that little girl like that?
Oh,
She was
you're right.
she was
Oh,
the
she
best
was good.
side character, but she was holding it all on her own, and she couldn't quite tip the scales on her own.
Yeah.
But special shout out to her because she was a very cute part of that movie.
Yeah, I think I agree. It was the family dynamic. I feel like the family made, though no individual in the family was particularly great, I think as a whole, they gave me the feels. I liked them. I want to hang out with them. I would creepily walk by and ask them if I could warm up by their fire, you know?
Hey,
Oz?
they might have some extra eggnog. You never know.
Yes. Keetin, what do you think?
I completely agree with you guys. Again, besides the sweet little niece who I thought was great and stole every scene she was in, it definitely has to go to Donna Kelsey. Just killing it in that diner. In what world does Donna Kelsey work at a diner in like
Crazy.
In what
When
world?
she popped up with the manager name tag, I was like, they did Donna so dirty in this movie. They could have given her any other role.
And I'm also surprised, like, you have Donna Kelsey working at the diner, and yet you're not going to have her, like, talking about one of her, like, homemade things that have gone viral, like, that she's made for the brothers, or, like, being like, these are my favorite, like, whatever cookies, or try them. The boys love them. I was shocked we didn't get any kind of lines like that. I wonder if maybe that was, like, a rule, is we can't talk about Travis, and we can't talk about the other brother.
Well, still, they could have made her the owner of the diner or something, but they just like, threw her in there. Well, I don't know. Maybe her acting wasn't main
Maybe that was
character energy.
intentional.
Yeah, they only gave her a few lines for whatever reason.
Yeah.
I thought she did great, though.
Thought she was cute, for sure.
More Donna next time.
Yeah.
So we're all in agreement that sideline characters is going to Holiday Touchdown.
Santa takes that one for all of us, yeah.
But which movie gave you the warm and fuzzies more?
100%. Give this to A Love Story, Kansas City. The back-to-back bangers at the end. I was like, oh my gosh, what? They found the hat? No way. What is the same Santa? No. There's no way, bro. And then I guess the best feel-good moment in that movie was when she's giving the speech. She's like, I lost the hat. And all the fans are like, oh, but the hat isn't what matters. It's, family is really what matters. And each and every one of you guys caring is what matters. And then she hands the microphone back. And then it's like, all right, this time, please look under your seat. And then all of them have the hat and bring it up. Come on now. That had to make you feel some type of way. So to me, I didn't have that in the other movie. I had that multiple times at the end of this movie. So I'm giving it Love Story, Chiefs.
I think if we're talking about a romantic movie, I'm giving it to Pop Star because of their chemistry. But if we're talking about feeling, if I felt something in the movie in my soul, as a fan of sports, a lover of sports, I'm going Hat movie. I was a fan, just like everyone else in that stadium, putting my hat on, feeling the vibes. We're winning the Super Bowl. I think it has to be the hat. The magic of the hat.
Yeah. That Santa, as creepy and skinny as he was, I loved
I
him.
love him.
I loved him so much. And
Me too.
that moment, Scooter, thank you for reminding me about that moment because I had fallen asleep initially and then I had to rewatch that moment this morning. And I teared up. I teared up then and then I teared up again when the real hat showed up. And talk about warm and fuzzies. Talk about really getting your heart hugged. That's what that feels like. Yeah.
I am someone who does cry at movies. Paddington 2, Mamma Mia 2, any Pixar movie, all the ones you expect to cry at. But I don't think I've ever cried during a Hallmark movie before. I came very close in this one. Things were a little dusty in the room when I was watching that scene. and I was right on the verge. So
we did recently have fires here.
We
so,
did recently
yeah,
have fires.
it's
Maybe that
not-
was irritating my eyes. I don't know.
Too soon.
That's crazy.
Too soon to watch that.
Sorry,
movie.
I'm so sorry.
But no, I would absolutely agree that Holiday Touchdown gave me so many warm and fuzzies. So I would give it to that as well. So I think we're all in agreement on
We're
that.
all in agreement on that. Wow.
4 for 4.
Unanimous.
Is this our last category?
This is our last category. This category is overall movie. If someone's about to sit down and watch a movie and they say, hey, which one of these should I watch? Which one are you telling them to watch?
Well, for me, I already thought about this coming in. For me, it was the love story. Kansas City love story because of the bangers at the end. That is really it for me. They got everything at the end. It was a full circle moment. Talking about warm and fuzzies, right? They bought the chairs that the grandma and grandpa used to sit in for Christmas, right? It was just full circle moment. The whole movie, it came together. Give me the Chiefs. That's what I'm telling you to watch. This other movie, right? No, bro. No. For me, personally. What about you, Shane?
I think if we're going off of people who typically watch Hallmark movies, they're just so different. Because one of them is like a family feel good movie, and one of them is more of a spicy Hallmark movie.
Hashtag
And I
puzzle
just
porn.
can't. Yeah, I mean, I can't get the puzzle scene out of my head. Honestly, I might be scarred for a long time.
But in a good way, right?
Oh yeah, in the most Hallmark way ever. We're doing puzzles forever.
Bust out a puzzle, Scooter.
We got some puzzles. We might need to bust out some puzzles over here.
If I had to recommend this movie, I have to recommend Popstar.
You gotta do what you gotta do.
Just to be in the culture.
That's fair. That's fair.
It is culturally relevant.
Yeah.
It is culturally relevant.
So you guys are both disagreeing. Keetin, what do you think?
I would also have to say the pop star one. It's an easier arc to kind of digest of a story. I think they do have good chemistry, even though the acting might have not been amazing. The chemistry between the two leads was really believable for me. And it was kind of fun to see a major pop culture relationship kind of played out in a Hallmarky, Lifetimey way on my screen, because those are all moments you're like hear about in the tabloids, or like allegedly this happened, allegedly. So to be able to see kind of like that play out, how somebody interpreted it really happened, was very fun. And the bops were bopping, and the Gronk was gronking.
I love that he's Gronk now.
I mean, I think once again, I gotta go with Holiday Touchdown, the Hat movie. I agree. It's like, if I'm going to tell somebody to sit down and watch a movie, I want them to have that same journey that I had watching that movie, that same emotional experience where at the end I'm like, I don't watch football, but am I a Chiefs fan now? I don't know. What's going on here?
Plus, you got the cameos, right? There's no cameos, and I want to see Andy Reid, right?
I'm thinking every time you've said the title of this movie, it sounds like an ad for the Kansas City Chiefs. And now I'm beginning to think this is an advertising campaign for more people to become Chiefs fans.
Yeah,
because they're going to be back in the Super Bowl, and they just got a whole new market of Hallmark watchers. And it worked. It worked. It worked on Dylan. Now we have to change him from being a Chiefs fan. We got to convert him back to whatever he needs to be. And I'm sad.
That is a great point. We all could be getting.
You're getting got.
We're getting got.
A Chiefs love
It's
story?
happening before our own eyes, and we are not even recognizing that we are a part of the system right now.
Guys, big Hallmark is at it again.
Oh my God. This is what the prophecy foretold.
I mean, crazy. It did. There was a prophecy that it foretold, and now the Chiefs and the Eagles are going to the Super Bowl. And I promise you, the Chiefs have more people rooting for them because of the marketing campaign that was this Hallmark movie.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if the next time we go to take a photo, I'm not saying cheese, I'm saying Chiefs.
That was crazy.
That was crazy.
It was great marketing.
The grandpa's like, get it?
You see what I did there?
Yeah.
Huh? You see what I did there? I said Chiefs instead of cheese. You see it? Great acting. Phenomenal.
Love it. Dylan, are the results in?
The results are in. And with 3 ties, meaning the final score was only 4-3, 1 point difference, the winner of the first ever Marshmallow Trophy is Holiday Touchdown, A Chiefs Love Story.
They did it. They did it.
Hallmark did it. They got us.
Let's go. That was the one I was rooting for. It just has all the elements, right? It has everything. You got the love story. You got the, what is it? Auxiliary characters.
Killing it.
You got the cameos, right? It's a great time. And this is coming from someone who doesn't and will not in the future watch any Hallmark movie. This is it. So it's been a great journey. I want to thank both of you guys for bringing me on this Hallmark journey. I've grown personally. So thank you for that.
As a Chiefs fan, you've grown.
Now, if people had so much fun listening to you on this, where can they find more of your work?
Well, my videos you can find at youtube.com/Scooter Magruder, Magruder. And we actually just started a vlogging channel together called The Magruders. So the Magruders on YouTube. And we got to put our second vlog out after this. So hopefully you'll see parts of this interview that we did in our next vlog, as well as we tell people that we did a podcast with Keetin from the Green Team, who forsook me back in the day. But that's neither here nor there. We are past that.
You're not bitter at all, I'm sure.
Absolutely not. We're in a different place now in life. We also got the gaming channel starting back up, youtube.com/Scooter Gaming. Be on the lookout for that. Very excited for that. But other than that, we'll be making reaction videos for this Super Bowl. Let's go Chiefs. Unfortunately, if the Eagles win, I will be radio silent for a couple of months. So just anticipate that. But yes. Thank you for having me on as the first Endurance 2 podcast participant. And yeah, let me know if you have any more Endurance people on.
Thank you so much for coming on the podcast. You are both honored guests forever.
Yes.
And we cannot wait to see more of what you guys do.
We can't wait to have you guys back for the Dallas Cowboys Hallmark movie. So
hey, I'll come back for
a year
that.
from
I will
now.
come back for the Cowboys Hallmark movie immediately.
Yes, thank you. Thank you for including us.
Yes, thank you for having us. And remember, blue team for life. Let's go, baby.
So there you have it. Our first ever Marshmallow Trophy is awarded to
Holiday Touchdown, A Chiefs Love Story.
Dun dun dun. Nope.
Stop.
That's...
Nope. All right. We're trying. Anyways, thank you so much for listening. I have been one of your hosts, Dylan Cashbaugh.
And I have been your other host, Keetin Markey. Make sure you like, subscribe, follow, comment. Let us know which team you think might be winning the Super Bowl this year. Go Taylor Swift's boyfriend's team. But yeah, we love your comments. We love to hear about your hot cocoa. And thanks for listening.
And if people want to follow more, they can find us on Instagram, YouTube, and Blue Sky at Channeling Hallmark. Or they can find us in our individual accounts on Instagram or Letterboxd, where I am at DP Cashbaugh.
And I am at Keetin Markey.
And remember, if enough people comment, maybe we can get Keetin to actually post her reviews on Letterboxd. But in the meantime, don't forget to channel Hallmark in your life.
You stay cozy, y'all. Bye-bye.
Channeling Hallmark is an independently produced podcast and is neither sponsored nor sanctioned by Hallmark or any other entity. Thank you for listening.